I don't see, we don't have cloning here, guys, but let me check that. Take an action. No, Nitin, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
That's fine.
Okay. So even though if you can copy, the fields are going to be different, correct? Raghu?
Yeah, we have to change the fields also.
No, but we can delete the fields, right?
Yeah, we can edit the fields as long as we have the edit clone option, right? We can edit those fields or the properties, but that is not available, guys.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay. So let me.
Raghu, what is in advanced?
Pardon? No, that is a search option.
What is there in advanced?
That's a search option. You see here, search only the active ones.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that is nothing to do with the objects, guys. Okay, let me click on OK here.
Raghu, if you're using the third-party tool to upload the org structure, and if you don't have this object definitions, I mean, will it create automatically or?
No, it won't create. It will error out. You need to have the object.
You have to create the and then use the tool, correct?
Correct, Rajiv.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raghu, now you are saying create new. Can't this? I mean, we can do it through XML pad also, am I right?
No. These are your metadata foundation objects, right? MDF foundation objects. You are creating a MDF foundation object.
Okay. So the MDF foundation objects are not having. I mean, it cannot be done through XML pad.
No. MDF foundation objects are not going to be available in your data models, which means that they are not available in your XMLs. And if you don't have XML, right, you will not be able to use your XML pad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to create a new custom object. That name it. Let me name it as custom underscore legal entity, and I'm going to suffix with the country. IND is our requirement right now. Okay. And effective dating, set it to S. Let me. Okay. And API visibility, if you want to expose this object to the external world, to the integration, you have to set whether it is not going to be visible to the integration at all, or it is going to be set as read-only or editable. It's basically, this goes into your integration part, guys. Depending on your requirement, you can set it to either editable to the integration or not. Your OData API, based on those things, it goes, guys. And let it select to status. Don't worry about all this at this moment. Let me go to these fields. Okay, don't touch these fields, guys. The first three fields, they are the standard how the database is going to manage them. And the first field, let's say cust underscore say legal entity type, and I want to carry out with a string and 32 characters long, and the label that I want to display it on there is, you can see this is the label, legal entity type. Okay, and I don't want to write any rules at this moment, guys. Don't talk. I'm not going to touch any of those things at this moment. Okay, let me go ahead and click on done. This is the one field that I created now. And let's say we want to create one more field. Okay, and go to this cust underscore
So custom field should always start with cust underscore Raghu?
No, that's a best practice, guys. It need not be, but that's the best practice. You can easily identify as this is a custom field.
Oh, okay. Like in SAP, they will not allow unless you will start with G programs. Like about, you have to write a field with G.
No, here that is not a mandatory thing, but it's a best practice. Whenever we want to maintain the same things again, right? Coming back here, you can easily know, yes, these are the custom fields which are created in your project, or yeah, like that.
Got you. Okay, that's good. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, and I don't want to keep any associations, or I don't want to go with any of those things at this moment, guys. This is just object definition. Okay, let me save these changes, guys.
So Raghu, you actually went ahead and created just an object for India, right? for the legal entity India.
Number of custom MDF.
You haven't done any association. You haven't done any condition.
Pardon?
You're just creating a legal entity for India, which has two custom fields. One is category and one was another one, right?
Correct.
There are no associations and there are no conditions so far.
Yeah. So no, we are going to keep the condition on the legal entity side, on the company code side. We are creating the, I can say, I don't even need to call it as a child, but we have a parent as a company code, and this child needs to be displayed when on the parent, if you select IND as the country, right, this should be displayed on the screen.
Oh, so you are actually going to create an object now. You will connect it with the company code.
1 second. What I did is like, you have a company code, right? So when on the company code, if you select India, right, country as India, you need to display this object, the legal entity underscore IND. So your condition will come here, and this goes onto the company code object, which we haven't started yet. We just created this thing as an independent thing now.
Will that be a condition or an association?
Association, yeah. Right? In the association, we have to keep this condition.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 second, guys. I have a limitation here. The number of custom generic objects reach 25. Let me go ahead and I cannot save this, guys. 1 second.
What are those two fields for, Raghu? One is the custom field that you created?
The legal entity type and a category.
How will they be used? As in, why are they created?
No, you want to categorize your legal entities based on the type and category. 1 second, guys.
Okay.
So, legal entity underscore IND. Let's say you can, from parent, we are going to keep an association, right? .32 string, and the label that I'm interested in displaying is okay.
Raghu, when we are creating the custom object, this particular legal entity object, I see associations here, right?
I'll come back to you in a minute, Samir.
Okay.
Just give me a few minutes. I'll open up for the questions, Samir. Sorry about that, but let me finish this.
That's all right.
Click on category. Okay, and let me save this object, guys. Okay, so I created an object, guys, which means that I did this part, the one that I just highlighted here, right? I created an independent object called as a legal entity IND. Now I have to associate this object to the parent object. I should not call it as a parent, guys. I'm just, for our understanding, I'm calling it as a parent object company code. So how I'm going to do that is go to the object definition of your company code. This is the company code. So this is a company code, right? How you are going to keep an association is like, you have to go to this association part, and let me edit this object definition. I'm going to create a custom association called as a custom underscore legal entity IND. This is the name, guys, association name. Don't worry about that. Click on this details, and the destination object here, you can see this should be your custom underscore, yeah, you can see the custom underscore legal entity IND. This is the one that we are interested in keeping an association, and we are talking multiplicity of 1 to 1, or we can go for 1 to many, but ideally here it is 1 to 1 is the ideal one. And your label, how it should display, legal entity IND. and we need to have a condition and code dot registration. So what you can do is the best thing is like copy from the other one, guys.
So how do we know, Raghu, in the field ID, what we need to put in the condition?
No, this is the one. You can copy it from the standard ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for all
Yeah,
of them?
it's because that's the field we are referring, right? The country code field we are referring. It's the same field we will be referring, but the data might be changing because of the selection in the country field. Sometimes if we select USA, the code will come as USA. If we select India, the code will come as IND, like that. And this is the value that we are changing. The field we are referring always the same field, but the value can change. And when the value is selected as IND, we have to call this destination object here.
Raghu, can you just show me once again? Scroll the page down and show me the just once again. The condition. Can you just explain the condition once again?
The condition is in the standard. We can see. Let me click on done. Let me go to the standard provided ones. You see, the condition here is country of registration dot code. That is this will not change. The field ID will not change. The technical field we are referring is the same thing. But when you select the country, when you are going to create a new company code, and when people select USA, this condition is going to be satisfied, right? This is set to true, and this will evaluate to true, and this destination object is going to be called on the screen.
Okay.
Okay. And when we go to our custom requirement, let me go to the details. So our condition is IND. When the country selected is IND, India, we need to call this destination object. Okay. Is that clear till this point, guys?
But in the other one, it didn't say USA, underscore USA. It just said the USA, and then in the object, I think it said custom or something else.
No, that's a standard one, right? USA is a standard one. See, when you talk about USA, you can see the destination object is coming as a legal entity because this is a standard success factors provided object, right? But as we don't have any object for IND, that is the reason we went to the custom requirement. We created a custom object. This is a custom object. That's our requirement. We are doing configuration because standard is not accomplishing or it is not supporting our business model. Guys, is it still confusing or you are able to get something out of it?
Raghu, quick question. I think it is okay. It is clear. Only thing is like these associations. How do we know that what kind of right now? Okay, we have copied from the standard one. Are there any?
Yeah, I'll talk about associations probably in the next session. Complete associations will be completed.
Okay.
A lot of things we need to understand. What is the object names when we are going to work on the XML file? What are the objects we have to refer? All those things probably in the next session you will be able to clear about these associations, guys.
Basically, basically what I've seen, what you are doing here is like it is kind of a above statement. If country is India, then bring this destination object and attach to this.
That's what you are doing. Yeah, that's what pretty simple, guys. That's what if you just understand on the company code screen, when user selected country as IND, we want to call a custom object called as cust_legal entity _ IND. That's what we are doing. So this object should be called only when it is IND selected as a country. That is the reason we are keeping it as IND.
Yeah.
We don't want to call this object always.
Yeah, like in SAP we have Molga 10 for USA. As soon as Molga 10 is there, country code 10 is there, automatically the screen changes to Molga 10.
Exactly, the same kind of behavior, guys. And this is one of the sort of functionality in your association. We just started with associations, guys, and probably in the next session we'll be working completely on your associations end to end. What are the different ways to keep your association? Then it will be pretty much clear. But here we are doing an association between the company code object and a legal entity IND custom object. Let me click on done, and we are saving these changes that we did on the company code object here.